Hi everyone, welcome to Things Lucy Reads. I'm Luce and this is my Asian Readathon TBR. And if you're wondering if I feel as tired as I look, the answer is yes. I've just done 2 consecutive night shifts and I don't usually do them, so I am absolutely wrecked at the moment. The Asian Readathon is run by Read with Cindy and is hosted by a few other people as well, and I will link them all in the description bar below. It is a month-long readathon. It's running for the entirety of May, which is also Asian and Pacific American Heritage Month, so fitting. There are 5 challenges for TBRs that you can either choose to do or not do, and you can double up on challenges or triple up or quadruple up or whatever you want, but with the caveat that if you read a book by an author from, say, Japan, you cannot use another book by another author from Japan to fulfill any of the other challenges, because you've already read your Japanese book. Now you have to read something from another country if you want to hit the challenges. One of the challenges, which is actually number 5, but we're going to talk about it first, is to read the group book, and the group book is 1,000 Beginnings and Endings, edited by Elsie Chapman and Ellen O, and this is a collection of retellings of Asian myths and legends by different Asian authors. I've read 2 stories out of this at this point, thoroughly enjoyed both of them, and I'm hoping to read some more of this tonight. The first challenge is to read any book at all by any Asian author, so it's basically just like a free space, and the book I've chosen for that is Shadow of the Fox by Julie Kagawa. It is Japanese inspired fantasy, because the author is Japanese obviously, and that is like so incredibly my jam, so I'm really excited to read this. And then challenge number 2 is to read a graphic novel by an Asian author, and for that my pick was Legend of Korra Turf Wars Part 1 by Michael Dante DiMartino, I think is the author's name, and then the artist is Irene Ko, and she is Korean. So I've already read that, thoroughly enjoyed it, gave it 4 stars. Challenge number 3 is to read a book either by an Asian author or with an Asian character who has an intersectional identity, and my pick for that is Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Nyan. This is a queer novel, so the protagonist is Asian and queer, and I'm pretty sure that Natasha is also Asian and queer. I have started reading this so far. I'm about 45 pages in. It's good, hasn't really grabbed me, but we'll see how we go. Challenge number 4 is to read a translated work. I had the hardest job with this one because most of my translated books are Japanese, but I already had a Japanese book that I wanted to read more than any of the others. But I did manage to find one, and it is the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. Challenge number 5 we've already spoken about, and then I did also have like a wildcard book, which was a book that hit all 4 of the challenges apart from reading the group book, and that is My Brother's Husband by Ganguro Tagame, which I have read. I absolutely adored it. I think I gave it 4 stars, but only to leave room for the next volume to be even better. I feel like the fact that I've now read this invalidates Shadow of the Fox because they're both by a Japanese author, but my thinking in reading this was that if I read this and nothing else except for the group book, I still will have hit all of the challenges, and even though we're only partway into the month, there is a very large chance that that's going to happen. So as long as I read this and the group book, I will have fulfilled everything and I'll be happy. But if I get to the rest of my TBR, that will also be great. And aside from those main books, I also have a few like extra options, and they are Forest of 1,000 Lanterns by Julie C. Dow, who is Vietnamese, World After by Susan E., the sequel to Angel Fall, and Susan E. is Korean. That one won't really count for the first challenge if I don't read Shadow of the Fox, because Irene Ko is also Korean, but these are just like, in case I read all of my TBR, I can also read these. I also have An Ember in the Ashes by Sapar Tahir, who is Pakistani. I have an e-copy of that, so I can't actually show you. My iPad is over there and I can't be bothered getting it, but you know what that looks like, so yeah. And then I have Sorcerer to the Crown by Zen Cho, who is Malaysian. Reflection by Elizabeth Lim, who is Chinese, and this is a retelling of Mulan. Witchwood by Tahera Mafi, who is Iranian. And then I have 2 other picks as well. The Legends of Luke Skywalker by Ken Liu, who is Chinese. I also have the Han Solo collected graphic novel by Marjorie M. Liu, who is also Chinese. And then this is a book that I was going to put on my TBR when I first found out about this readathon, and then I completely forgot to do that. And it wasn't until I watched A.G. McDonald's review video of it the other day that I remembered that I owned it and that I really want to read it. So I'm kind of mad at myself, but you know, I could just read it anyway. And it is Final Fantasy VII On the Way to a Smile by Kazushige Nojima, who is Japanese. These are all of the books that I am planning to read, or that I might read for the Asian Readathon. I am going to vlog my reading for this readathon, so there will also be that going up at some point as well, plus a wrap up, maybe, depends how well I talk about the books in the actual vlog. That's all I have for you for this video. Thank you for watching. If you're doing this readathon and you've made a TBR video, feel free to link it to me in the comments down below, or just to tell me what your TBR is. Leave me a comment if you've read any of these books and tell me what you thought of them, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.